It's the 9th of December, and this morning I'm just going to make a brief upload with regard to those individuals in this community that have been preoccupied with treason that has failed, and not just the treason, but my matrimony of the 30th of the 3rd and the Tuesday Child and Family Agency with unlawful care orders, and the issue of legislation of 2019 as a consequence of my work. I'm repeating ad nauseum, and that has been the case for the past 5 years. None of the facts have changed. I'm still awaiting for the relevant bodies to do what they're supposed to be doing, and there's a little obstacle that's in the way of progress and jeopardizing progress, and that's not superior behavior, that's not superior professionalism, and it's not possible for these little obstacles to negotiate big change that has happened worldwide as a consequence of my qualifications and expertise. So it's quite dangerous, as I've mentioned, that my child is from my care. That's quite serious enough as it is. He's been hurt without me. And it's quite dangerous that there are people in my home in Turbert Hill and on my farm in Kilflynn as well. Now, these are dangerous matters for any family that is associated, supporting or accommodating any fraud that is of a repeat occurrence in this community, with the damages and harms and losses they've been causing since 2006. This is operated by a collective. It's hate crime. It's an offence against the Constitution. It's an offence against the democracy, and it's a dangerous offence against the church. So I'm really concerned about any individuals that think they're going to be jeopardizing any more progress that I've been initiating. Those people that have been predatorial to my child's upbringing, I'm really concerned for you. Those that owe me debts and that are exacerbating those debts, I am concerned for you to be spending money you don't own, or that you haven't earned. I'm also concerned for any individuals that are enjoying the legislation that came from my expertise. And I'm also concerned for any practitioners that think that their qualifications and their offences against the Hippocratic Oath, etc., with slander and false reporting and so on and so forth in my hometown, where I've lived all my life practically. Those people that have arrived to this community and caused disruption, I hope you're really mindful of the consequences of causing disharmony in a community. And for the individuals that have not adhered to royal protocol and that are not within remit to be even discussing me or to be in proximity of me, that have been causing problems for me and obstructing. Treason's quite dangerous. Blasphemy is quite dangerous. We've seen what the blasphemy of these culprits has done already, and we've seen what their actions with the Tuesday Child and Family Agency have done to other children's lives. So the young women out there negotiating themselves with my work and my portfolio and my property, I really hope that the people with the power to change the situation are thinking of their little girls at home. I'm a women's rights recovery advocate and humanitarian as well, and I know that there are women jeopardizing themselves to change the goalposts or shift the goalposts in this situation, and that's quite unsafe. I don't appreciate other little girls' lives being put at risk by adult women that are selling themselves short to offend my credentials and qualifications. So those women, if that's what they consider themselves as, I'd say young girls at the age of 7 would know better. Those females, I hope that you're aware of the jeopardy. My farms are quite expensive. My child is precious. Legislation is progress. And the debts I'm owed are dangerous. So those that are obstructing and ignoring, and that are aware that, common law isn't at play here, and that I've worked for 3 state departments, etc., I really hope that people are aware of how serious this has been already since my child was unlawfully separated from me in 2017. He's still to be returned to my care. Tusa Child and Family Agency don't have a lawful care order, and any more exacerbatory offences are putting little people's lives at risk. And as an educator and humanitarian, I just can't tolerate that happening on a day-to-day basis in this community. So the treason has failed. The blasphemy has been already quite negatively impacting on the people's lives in this community that are operating an initiative of hate crime. They are not qualified to be within my remit. They're not legally within my remit, permitted in any way, no. And my farms and my vows are still all legally binding to my name. So I hope the authorities of the UN and NATO know how serious it is to ignore a situation like this. I'm of a few fabulous bloodlines, and I've lovely families that I represent in 2022, as does my little boy. And like every other family, I think we need to respect this one as well. It's quite dangerous what my family name has tolerated as a consequence of these people, and it's very dangerous, the defamation laws that are being damaged. So everyone's family is important, and this family is no different. So with those nuisances that are of petty negotiations with their poor tactics, would you please have regard for your bodies and your self-respect? I'm concerned about those using their bodies for big business that they're not qualified to be sitting in the boardroom of. It's bad for business, and we've seen what happened already with people's bad debts. So I'm still owed. The debt that I'm owed from this state is quite dangerous, and those that have been benefiting from Brexit as a consequence of my work, that's another issue. So I'm still awaiting. 5 years on, it's 2022, and there's a problem, and that's not safe for the little girls of the future. So I hope I won't have to say this too often much more. Resolution is required, solutions are required, reparations are required. I'm owed very dangerous debts in many respects, and I can't reiterate it enough. Any practitioners of the law offending the church, my vows, and my land, and my child, and my good name, I hope you've looked back to 2017 to see the repercussions of your actions and offences against me already, through no fault of my own. I have a very clean track record, a very clean conscience, and I have a very clean pair of pockets and clean hands. So those people that are causing problems, the UN and NATO, you're required in the southwest of Ireland, and those obstructing me and living off me, I hope you know the penalty. It's a sad sign of the times.